Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be going over all the things that I like about the new Nissan Kicks and the things that I don't exactly like, and then we will sum things up with whether or not you should actually purchase one of these. So with all that being said, let's get into the video. So per usual, let's start things off with the front end, and I guess we do have to turn on the lights because that is one of the things that I do like. They are timed, however, so if the car's not on, and let's say that you accidentally leave the lights on, then after a certain duration, they will actually automatically turn off. So I guess that's a nice feature so your battery doesn't die on you. But I love the fact that it comes with these LED lights. They look fantastic. You guys can see they are reflector lights, super bright. And then you've got LEDs for the fog lights as well. And then something else I like is just the attention to detail they have at the front end. So the chrome accenting kind of replacement they did with it, with the front end. And then I really like the whole front grille. And just overall, the front aesthetic of the Kicks looks really good. It's just definitely a very small car. I mean, that's why it's called a CUV, right? Compact utility vehicle. Now, the next thing is with the tires and wheels. I actually really like the look of this as well from a design perspective. This car, crazy bright blue. It's nice that you've got the black accenting to kind of contrast all of the bright blueness, I guess, of the Kicks. Now, something that's pretty interesting, and I'm just going to kind of leave this up to you guys to decide if you like this or not, is we've got a ton of plastic molding here on the side, but then they also did it here on the pillars, and I can't decide if I like it or not because you've got the gloss black right next to this, which is kind of more of like a satin type finish, and then it goes into gloss black again here at the top. Definitely, I don't know, it looks interesting from a design perspective. Cool that this comes with crossbars from the factory. Obviously those definitely have a nice use to them. And then something else that I like, just the overall side aesthetic of the car I think looks really nice. Most cars in this segment look kind of funny. I feel like this one though looks pretty nice, especially from the side view. And then popping here into the back, I wish this was a full light bar. Only this portion actually lights up, but I mean, it still looks pretty cool from a design standpoint. And then this is actually just hydraulic, so love it or hate it, I'll leave that up to you guys. Something else I was impressed with is the amount of storage space here in the back. Just tons of storage space. It's absolutely fantastic. And then also it does come with an actual spare tire. Not a lot of cars come with that anymore, so that's definitely nice. And also built-in cargo cover, always love those. Not exactly a fan of the exhaust tip. I mean, it kind of gives it a sporty look, but it also is kind of funny because it pops out so far. Again, I don't know how to feel about that, so I'll leave that up to you guys. Something that I do really like is the integration of the parking sensors. I like how they did this plastic strip here that separates the two body colored portions. So you have like the rear hatch area, and then you've got the diffuser and bumper here, and then you've got the parking sensors here in the middle. I think that looks really good aesthetically. So design wise, I think that was definitely solid. And then coming here into the back, pretty interesting in terms of the color scheme. I probably would have just gone for like all black and then with orange stitching, but they went for like the two-tone seats and then with the stitching. I still think it looks good, but you know, it is what it is. Also a huge high point. If you guys don't know, 6 foot now, and I actually fit back here. Like, look at this. I mean, my hair, like, okay, the hair doesn't count. So if we like push down the hair, I actually have like a couple inches before touching. So I think that's pretty good. I guess we'll pop out a little bit. And then coming over here to the front, overall, I mean, door panel, nothing too crazy happening here. Lots of plasticky stuff. So again, I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. This is pretty interesting. So it looks funny because the passenger headrest isn't the same as the driver. But let me tell you, having a speaker in the headrest definitely makes the sound system sound a whole lot better from a driver perspective. So, I mean, I think that's another cool feature. Seats are manually adjustable, which, I mean, it is what it is. It's cool this has a heated steering wheel. Definitely like that as an option. We'll kind of close this up so we can start this up. Now, this is just a little bit of an oversight. Obviously, they used this steering column from another car. Because you can see that's where the stop-start button would have been, but obviously it's down here in this car. So it just, I don't know, kind of looks funny. Definitely like the look of the center gauge cluster here, especially on the screen side. I think that screen looks pretty good. The analog gauge, I mean, looks like any other analog gauge. I really like the stitching and soft touch here all over the dash. I think that was another good touch. And then another high point here is with the camera system. So, oops, I meant to pop it in reverse. I popped it in drive. User error. Anyways, you guys can see you've got that backup camera with the bird's eye view. And then if I pop back into park, You've got a front camera that you can use as well. And you guys remember this does have the parking sensors. And so like parking this is super easy because it just has all those little cameras and everything. Infotainment system is pretty good. It kind of has that like tacked on look. I don't know how to explain it, but like this just looks something like an aftermarket unit in terms of just how the infotainment system screen looks itself. But overall, it's really responsive, really easy to use. Just has a single zone climate. So, I mean, maybe they should offer dual zone as an option. I don't know. I just work here. Anyways, little charging area here. No wireless phone charger though that I can see. You've got like this area where you could store your phone, but it's not actually a wireless phone charger. So again, that's pretty interesting. Don't worry. We'll talk about the engine and transmission in a minute. Don't worry. I also like the fact this has adaptive cruise control. I think that's another nice feature to have. It's cool that you can pull the cup holders. I think more manufacturers need to offer something like this so that if you want to use it just for storage, because I never have drinks in my car, then I could just pull that out and not use that. I think the center console should be a little bit bigger. That's kind of just a little bit of a downside. Glove box, great. And up top, not a whole lot happening. And then also, I guess another huge plus, fuel economy. So you guys can see 31 around town, 36 on the highway, and then also the price, really reasonable. Total price $26,730. So I think that that's pretty reasonable. But we have to talk about the engine, and I'm going to turn off the car so you guys can actually hear me, because, well, this is the thing that, well, I don't like. So, okay. The hood prop is all the way back there, so I'm not even going to busy myself with trying to figure that out. We've got a 1.6 liter naturally aspirated engine paired to a CVT. It gets really good fuel economy, so that's the plus. The minus is the fact that this car is brutally slow with the acceleration. So you guys saw that in my review with me doing the accelerations with this car. It is, yeah, really slow. So that's kind of a downside, is just the lack of acceleration. But what you lack in acceleration, you gain in fuel economy. And, oh, I failed, guys. The hood's not all the way shut, so now I gotta try this again. Okay, ready? Perfection. Look at that. I did that right. Don't judge me. But that's kind of our quick walk around and going over everything on the kicks. So should you buy the kicks? And it really just depends on what you're looking for. So what this car is great at, or I guess CUV technically, is it has more ground clearance than a car. It's got tons of standard technology and then safety tech as well. Camera system on it is fantastic. It looks beautiful in this blue color. And I think aesthetically on the outside, this is a really good looking vehicle for the segment overall. Gets great gas mileage, has great storage space there in the rear hatch, and it's comfortable with the seats. The sound system sounds great from the driver perspective because of the speakers in the headrest. And so overall, it's a great like daily driver type car. And so as long as you are not crazy frustrated with the acceleration, it's a really good car, and it's at a very reasonable price. Again, the only big downside is just the acceleration with this car. So you just have to be, I guess, okay with that and understand that. And yeah, that's pretty much everything for this Nissan Kicks. I really like it overall. I think it's a great looking vehicle. I think it comes with a bunch of great technology at a really reasonable price point. It's just slow. Now that's going to sum things up with all the things that I like about the Kicks and the things that I don't like about the Kicks, and then also whether or not you should purchase one. And with all that being said, I will see all of you in that next video.